I think the first thing with Michigan State is they're a very good defensive team. All their numbers, field goal percentage, defense, scoring, block shots, rebound margin, very similar to what you see with Coach Izzo's teams, I think. Physical, gonna have a good size, I think 6'9" center, which we don't see very often, if ever. But I think that's be the biggest challenge for us. Can we rebound with them and can we score on them? And that's how they beat Duke. And anytime you pull off a win like that, it says a lot about their confidence. And I think they're playing with an amazing amount of confidence. And I think they finished, they had 2 big wins in very emotional ways in the tournament. So I think they're playing at a very high level. But those are the things initially that we've talked about with our team.
Do you wish you almost didn't have the break in between games, the original 2 rounds and now the Sweet 16?
We need a longer break because Nikki Weaver couldn't play if we played tonight. So I wish the break was longer. So every extra minute we get will help to get her back. And no, you need to have if nothing else, the emotional come off the high of winning and let the kids regroup and get back to school and plan ahead. We didn't have, short term. We walked in here about 4 o'clock on Wednesday morning and we're leaving here in about 45 minutes. So. But it's a busy, it's a fun time to be working, and it's a fun time to have things that you have to do rather than just get in the plane and go recruit somewhere.
What is it with Nikki? Exactly?
She hurt her foot. X-rays are fine, but right now she's in a boot, hadn't practiced, and so it's I don't know, day to day, minute to minute. We'll see. If the game was tonight, she wouldn't have played. So hopefully by Saturday night she'll be a little bit better.
What's the confidence level of your team, having gotten through these first 2 rounds and now heading off?
No, I think it's very high. I really do. I think our kids understand they can play at a high level. We've played in the best conference in the country all year. We played the best schedule we've ever played since I've been here. We've beaten a lot of really good teams, and we're finding ways to win in different ways. And I think our players, because of the experience we have and a really, really motivated senior class, they understand what it takes to keep playing. And I think we've practiced really well. Except for today, we practiced very well. But up until today, we've practiced well, we've prepared well, and I think it's given them a chance. And I think at this stage of the year, all you want is a chance. And I think our players have a great understanding of what this tournament's about, both on the men's side, the women's side. You see people get beat. We don't worry too much about seeding and whatever. It's who do you play next? Let's prepare and let's go play.
You got a 12 that beat a 5, 9 beat a 1. You guys are getting easy path, though, aren't you?
Oh yeah, it's really easy. Yeah, it says. I don't know. I don't know. That's just the way the tournament is. And sure, everyone. I think we're one of those teams that, unfortunately, all year, and I feel bad for our kids. No one's giving us credit for being in the Sweet 16. It's because what everybody else didn't do. I mean, Ball State beat Tennessee by 16 and spanked them. We beat Ball State by 14. Michigan State beat Duke. Well, that's the way you got to go play. So if people want to discount what this team has done, that's fine. I don't really care. We're playing, and those other teams aren't, and I can't worry about that.
Your message kind of along the lines of if those teams can beat the teams they beat, they could beat your team too.
Yeah, I mean that's the nature of it. This isn't an NBA playoff where it's 4 out of 7 or whatever. The best team on that night usually wins, and that's what this tournament's about. That's why the Arizona men's team are in the Sweet 16 or. The number one thing is to get in, and then once you get in, it's hard to stay in. And they started with 64, now there's down to 16, and how you get to 16, maybe with the exception of UConn, is hard to figure. But we're just glad we're still playing and coaching and working at it, and we're going to do our best to represent our school and our team as we always have. And if it's good enough, great. If not, better. We just want to get beat by a better team on that night. The only thing I've told our team since we started this deal was, let's be able to walk out of whatever the season's going to end at some point. Let's be able to walk out of that building feeling we did the best we could, and if the other team was better. And the example I gave them was last year. Rutgers was better than us. We could have played them a lot of times, but we played as hard as we could play, and we lost. And there's no shame in that. So that's the focus of our team, and hopefully that'll be the focus Saturday night.
What coaches always say, win the weekend. For you guys, what's the key to win the weekend?
I think the biggest thing for us on the weekend is we got a defensive rebound the first time. And then obviously as the level of competition moves up, if we're fortunate enough to win on Saturday, then we're going to turn around and have to play maybe one of the hottest teams in the country in Ohio State, or a team that embarrassed us early in the year. So, I think I've heard the whole stories about the Big Ten, the Roy Williams and Mike Krzyzewski's, and it's 3 2-team tournaments. Those are teams that know that they're legitimately going to have a chance to win the national championship. We can't play for the weekend. We're playing for Saturday night and trying to survive that one, and then we'll worry about the next one. That's the way this team has been all along. You know, we talked a lot as a staff about how to approach it, but the mentality of our team since the day we got here 14 years ago was focus on the next 40 minutes. That's all we can control, and it's boring and it sounds like coach speak, but that's a fact. That's the way we do things here, and that's what we're going to try and do on Saturday.
You put your hands in your face right after the last game and get into the Sweet 16. Why was that? It seemed like some kind of emotion came over you. Why was that?
No, I think it was. It was an emotional time for everyone. This team has worked really, really hard. And I don't think they've gotten the credit they deserve. That's not me personally. I mean, you know, we've won a lot of games. We had one second-team all-conference player. That's it. You know, we've won a lot of games and done a lot of good things against a very good schedule. And I think it's all, you know, it was, well, they played Ball State and it was all about Tennessee. It was all, I mean, this team has not gotten the credit from a lot of people that I think they've earned. And I think it was, at least for that moment, I felt like they're going to get this. They haven't gotten this all year. Well, they got it now, and that for me, it was more of a not a relief for me personally. Hopefully, I get to do this a couple more times, but it's validation for a group of kids that have done everything I've asked them to do. I've been harder on this team than any team I've ever coached, by far. And but now they're at a point where it's really special, and they're going to get the attention they deserve.
Why be so hard on them?
Because I had to be, and I felt like I had to push them harder and harder all the time, and to get them to this point. And sometimes they understood it, and sometimes they didn't. But you know, in the end, it's we got to do what we got to do, and I'm very, very proud of them, and very, very happy that they are where they are, and it's fun to coach them. And I think the other thing that goes with it is it's a senior class that probably has not gotten all the you know, we don't have a lot of all Americans, and there's probably not a lot of them that people notice, except this is a senior class that'll come back here 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and see Sweet 16 at least hanging in the banners, and they've earned that right. And sometimes I think we've not taken them for granted, but I don't know that they've been held in the same high esteem as some of the other senior classes. Well, now they've earned that, which is kind of cool for them.